Good morning, my lively peoples. How are you doing out there? I hope by God's grace you are all fine. It's been a while because of the coronavirus pandemic. We couldn't meet. It's rather unfortunate, but don't worry. Today I'm bringing the whole bambino right to your door. This is Isaac Anson, your maths teacher, and I'm starting with those of you in grade 1. So please pay attention and let's see what I have for you. We have mathematics, and in Cambridge we have a code for mathematics. I hope you haven't forgotten. Our code for mathematics is that's our code 0845. That's the code for mathematics. And today's date is 11th. Today's date is 11th May 2020. Before the lockdown, we learned a lot of things. So this morning, I just want to refresh your minds about some of the topics we learned. We started with story problems involving addition and subtraction. So I'm going to write 1 or 2 on the board, and let's see whether we can still remind what we learned. The first question is, you have 11 cookies and you ate 2 of them. How many cookies do you have left? So our first question, you have 11 cookies and you ate 2 of them. How many cookies do you have left? Let me put it on the board for you, and let's see those who can answer the question. Good. So that's the first question on the board. You have 11 cookies and you ate 2 of them. How many cookies do you have left? Don't forget, this question is subtraction. You first have to know whether you are going to add or subtract before you can answer this question. We have 11 cookies and you have eaten 2 of them. So how many have you left? So you can draw some small circles to represent your 11 cookies. So these are the 11 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's it. And you've eaten 2 of them. So let's take 2 cookies out. How many cookies left? You just count the remaining ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this simply shows that the 11 cookies take away 2 is equal to 9. So it's very simple and interesting, isn't it? Good. Let's see the second question under story problems. 3 birds were sitting on the fence. 8 more birds came to join them. How many birds are sitting on the fence? Let me put it on the board for you so that you can see it clearly. That's number 2. Good. So that's the next question. 3 birds were sitting on the fence. Then 8 more birds came to join them. How many birds are sitting on the fence? So you have to ask yourself this question. Are we going to add or subtract? We have 3 birds sitting on the fence. Then 8 more birds came to join them. So how many birds are sitting on the fence? So unlike the first example, this one we are going to subtract, add, because there were 3 and 8 more birds joined. So this one is addition, simple addition. We are going to add 3 to 8 to get our answer. So let's see. We have 3 birds who were sitting on the fence. Then 8 more birds came to join. Yes, so that's 3 plus 8 will give us the answer. So when you count all the circles that are drawn to represent the birds, let's count and see the answer that we are going to get. This is the 3 birds. 1, 2, 3 plus 8 birds. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you add both figures together, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our answer here is 11. Alright, I hope you are enjoying it. It's very, very simple. So always, when we give you the story problem, all you need to know is to read and ask yourself, am I going to add or subtract? As you can see, the first one was subtraction, and the second example I've given to you is addition. Now let's move on to another topic that we learned last term. We also learned about equations, and we learned equations using some symbols. Yeah, we used these symbols. I hope you do remember the following symbols. We have the greater than, the less than, and the equal sign. Yeah. So I'll give you 1 or 2 examples under what we learned. Which equation matches the sentences? Which equation matches the sentences? So I'm going to write a mathematical sentence on the board, and you are going to tell me which of these equations matches the sentences that I'm going to write on the board. So let's take the first example. Example 1. We have 30 is greater than 9. Is greater than 9. Now let's see the options over here. When we say 30 is greater than 9, A, yeah. So we have 3 options here. Which one is correct? When we say 30 is greater than 9, there are 3 options on the board. We have this one using the sign over here. We have another one using another sign. And we have the last one here using this sign. Which one is correct? Can you remember when you say 30 is greater than 9? Which one is the greater sign? I told you you shouldn't worry about the sign. Supposing there is a fish, a hungry fish, looking for food. Now we have 30 here and we have 9 here. Which of these food do you think the fish will go for? Because the fish is very hungry. So the fish will open the mouth wide towards the food, which is very bigger. So 30 is bigger than the 9. So as you can see, the fish has opened the mouth towards the bigger one. This implies that this 30 is greater than the 9 over here. If I clean this side from there, you can see that the mouth is open towards the bigger one. So this shows that this equation is correct. 30 is greater than 9. So we have to underline the first option on the board. That's 30 is greater than 9. Let's see another example. 8 is equal to 8. That's example 2. Eight is equal to 8. Once again, I'm going to give you 3 options and you have to tell me which of the options is correct. 8 is equal to 8. This is the first option. This is the second one. And the third one. Which of them is correct? When we say 8 is equal to 8, we have the first option here, the second, and the third. The key word here is equal. So straight away, you have to look for the equal sign. Here is the greater sign. Here is the less, and the equal sign is in the middle here. So definitely, the answer is B. That's 8 is equal to 8. And the last example under the equations, let me write example 3 here. We have 3 is less than 5. 3 is less than 5. Once again, I'm going to give you 3 options. So make sure you choose the correct one. 3 is less than 5. Which of these options is correct? The first one. Yes, there are 3 options here. 3 is less than 5. Which one do you go for? we go for this one, that one, or this one. And like I've already informed you, always go for the bigger one. If you're a hungry fish looking for food, supposing I've written 3 here and I've written 5 here, and a fish is so hungry, which one will the fish go for? Definitely, the fish will come for this one. Can you see the fish open the mouth widely towards the bigger one? So if I clean this part from there, then we have the answer here. That is 3 is less than 5. So if you look at the options given here, look over here, which of these options is the same as what I've written there? Definitely the first option is the answer. That's 3 is less than 5. In other words, 5 is greater than 3. Good. So these are some of the topics we learned, or some of the examples we learned under equations. Now let me take you to the last 1 or 2 topics we learned. After that, we call it a day. Yeah, we also learned about time. We learned about time before the lockdown. I hope you remember. And at that time, we were looking at events and the time they do happen. You know, we learned about events and the time they do happen. So I'm going to write about 3 or 4 events on the board, and you should be very smart to come out with a time that very event happens. So I have some events here. Let's see. Yes. There's a question on the board. Write the time of the day when the following activities happen. So I'm going to write activities and you are going to tell me the time of the day when they happen. So the first one is going to sleep. We have the second one, playing with friends. Then bedtime stories. Then the last one, have a breakfast. Yes, so we have some activities here, but we want to know which time of the day they do happen. So we have morning, afternoon, and evening. So just look at these activities and tell me which time of the day they do happen. Going to sleep. Is it in the morning, afternoon, or evening? Can someone come with the right answer? Yes. Going to sleep. Yes. Do you sleep early in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening? Definitely, it's during the evening that we go to bed. So we choose or we match this activity to evening. What about playing with friends? Which time do you usually play with your friends? Yes, during school times, you know. What time do you play with friends? That's definitely when it's break time, isn't it? Good. So most of the time, that's in the afternoon that you go for break and you do play with your friends. So we can match playing with friends straight to the afternoon time. What about bedtime stories? What time do you read bedtime stories? That's when you are going to bed, because even the word bed tells it all. So when you are going to bed, that's when you read bedtime stories. So that one happens in the evening. Yes, the last but not the least, what time do you have your breakfast? Can someone come with the right answer? Yes, breakfast. We do have our breakfast in the morning. So we match the last one to this. There are a lot of them. After this, I'll give you a homework so that you can do it whilst you are still in your various homes. Maybe the last one we'll talk about before we call it a day. Another topic we learned is 10 more, 10 less. 10 more, 10 less. I hope you haven't forgotten about this topic. 10 more, 10 less. I explained to you that as soon as you hear 10 more, it means you are going to add. And when you hear 10 less, it means you are going to subtract. So we have addition and subtraction. As soon as you hear 10 more, it means you are adding 10 to the number that I'm going to give to you. But when you hear 10 less, it means you are going to deduct or you are going to subtract 10 from the given number. So let's see the first example. 10 more than 25. 10 more than 25. What does it mean? Are we adding or we are subtracting? 10 more. Let's look on the board. 10 more means you have to add. That's the addition sign there. So without wasting time, we just add 10 to 25, then we get our correct answer. So you write 10, then you write 25 under it, and the sign is addition. So we add. We have learned how to add in a vertical form like this. So let's add. 0 plus 5. What is the answer? If you have 0 and you add it to 5, it's still 5, right? So you write your 5 here. Then the next one, 1 plus 2. If you add 1 to 2, what do you get? That's 1 plus 2. If you count, you get what? 3. So the answer here is 3. So 10 more than 25 is 35. Is that right? So 10 more than 25 is equal to 35. Let's look at another example. Example 2. 10 less than 35. 10 less than 35. What are we going to do? Are we adding or subtracting? Look on the board. I've already informed you that as soon as you hear 10 more, it means you add. 10 less, it means you subtract. And over here we have 10 less. It means we are going to subtract, isn't it? Good. So let's do the subtraction. And if you are subtracting, you always subtract from the bigger number. So we first write 35. Then we subtract 10 from 35. We've learned how to subtract in a vertical form like this, right? So 5, take away 0. What do you get? If you have 5 mangoes and you didn't eat any of them, what do you still have? They are still 5, right? So 5 take away 0 is 5. Then we have 3, take away 1. That's 3. Take away 1, so we cancel one of them. How many do we have left? That's 2. So this implies that 10 less than 35 is equal to 25. So our answer is 25. So these are all some of the things we learned last term. So please, as you are out there, let's keep on refreshing our minds with all the topics that we learned before I introduce you to the new topic we are going to start next week. So this is all I have for you for today. God willing, when we come back next week, I will introduce you to a new topic called measurement. So those of you who have come for your textbooks, you can go through your textbooks and read something under measurements, so that when we come next week, we will continue from there. God bless you all. Stay home and stay safe. Thank you.